step outside and seize the day now.
Hey guys, and welcome to Lawn Buddy. Today we're going to be going through our newest feature, or I guess our newest large feature, and that is going to be our checklist feature. And this is marked in beta because this is brand new and it's something that I don't really know if anybody's ever built before. So there's a lot of things that are going to change about it. And that's going to be changing over a very long period of time, maybe months, maybe years, especially based off of our customers' feedback. So let's go dive into this. I'm just going to hit checklist. And over here, I have the web panel, and this is the Crew app. So this is a crew that is assigned to this company. So I recommend watching the video that I previously made on equipment/inventory before diving into this checklist, because these two tabs are very much related to each other. But let's go ahead and create a checklist. The point of a checklist is to give your crews a list of things to do on a regular basis. So I'm going to call this daily checklist, which means this is what I want my crew members to do every single day. The first thing I want them to do is, let's say, get the keys from the shop. Whoops, spelled that wrong. So I have a couple of different options that I have to select one of these buttons. And because this is a task that doesn't require, I don't need to know anything about it, so I don't need my employees to write anything. I don't need my employees, this doesn't relate to any specific piece of equipment, like big equipment that they use. And it doesn't really relate to any consumables that they use either. So I'm just gonna allow them to check this as done. And that I will show you what that looks like in the Crew app in a moment. But I apologize, I should have done this earlier. We do need to assign a truck first. So I'm going to assign the testing truck. And if you guys did watch the equipment and inventory video before this is the one that we just created this one, testing truck. So we have get the keys from the shop. We're going to allow my employees to check it as done. And I'm going to hit add. So here you can see a little checkbox, and what my employees are going to see is the same thing. And so all I'm really letting them do is just like, all I need to know is that you did this. You got the keys in the morning. So all you have to do is click this button, right? So now let's do one that's a little bit different. Like, let's say, look at miles on truck, right? I want them to check this as done because it's part of a to-do list, but I also need to know what the miles were. So I need more than just a checkbox. I also need them to give them the ability to add text. So I'm going to select add text, and then I'm going to add that. And you can see that they have the ability to check it as done and add short answer text to it. Let's do one more. Let's say I have a trimmer on the truck, and let's say I want to know how many hours they ran the trimmer because I want to know when I'm going to run out of trimmer line and I need to refill it on the trucks. So I'm going to say log hours spent on trimmer that today. And then I can actually, by clicking this third button, I can allow my employee to update time spent on a piece of equipment. So when I click this radio button, you see trimmer for test truck pop down. So this is why I said it's really important that you go back and you look at this equipment and inventory section, because the only equipment that I currently have assigned to my testing truck is this trimmer. So if I had a trimmer, a riding mower, a push mower, insert another large piece of equipment name here, all of that would show up here. So you could ask your employees every day to update the miles they spent on the riding mower, update the hours they spent on the push mower, which just gives you a good idea of the wear and tear on your kit. So anyway, right now there's only one, so I'm just going to select trimmer for test truck. And then I'm going to click add. So now I'm being prompted and it says, would you like to set up a reminder at a certain number of either hours or miles to check this piece of equipment? And when I set this piece of equipment up, I already created a maintenance reminder that I wanted to be reminded every 50 hours. So for now, I'm just gonna click no. But if I didn't have the maintenance reminder here, this would be a good time for me to do it. So now you can see there's another one here. They have the ability to check it off, and they also have the ability to log in those hours. So next, let's say I wanna know how much gas did you use this day? Log gas used. Right? And then I can click allow employees to update quantity on a consumable you created in the equipment inventory tab. So when I click here, all my consumables that are again assigned to this truck are right here, right? And let's say I want to know how much gas they've used. So I'm just going to select gas and I want them to type that in, and I'm going to click add. And there you go. Last thing, I can add a note to this checklist. Maybe I want it for my admin staff. Please make sure please ensure this is completed by each crew every day. I think every day is one word. Oh well. Save. So now, this is a test account that we use, and this is a new feature, so we've been doing a lot of testing. There's a lot of these in here, but let's go all the way to the end because this is what we just created. This is the checklist that we just made. So I have some options here. I can view it. I can complete it from this page if I want, but it's not really what it's designed to do. It's designed to be created by the crews. I can edit it. You can trash it. But let's go ahead and now look at the crew app. So bring your attention over here, and on our crew app, I'm going to hit checklist beta in the right hand corner, and then I'm going to hit that floating plus button down on the right, and I'm going to select a template. And you can see all of these checklists are the same checklists that are right over here. So if I go down to the bottom, I see daily checklist. That's in all caps. So that's this one. This is the one, excuse me. This is the one we just created. So I can see get the keys from the truck, look at miles on truck, log hours spent on trimmer today, and log gas used. And then I can add notes and add photos. So if I'm the crew person, I'm gonna click on this. I have the ability to add a note and add a photo. So let's just say, so if I did it, I'm just gonna click this button, it's gonna be done, right? Let's just say I couldn't do it. So I'm just gonna write a note, keys not in garage, exclamation point, save, right? And now you as the business owner, you know why he didn't check that off, right? Because he left a little note for you. So let's now, if I'm the crew member, I can kind of exit out of this, and you as the admin know when your crew member started this checklist and when they ended this checklist. So if they started at the beginning of the day, that time is logged, and if they are, adding things in at the end of the day, that time is again logged. So now let's say, all right, look at miles on truck. I need to know, let's see, there are 765,000 miles on the truck, right? Once I enter that in, I can hit done, and you see that check mark's automatically marked, right? Hit this little arrow and I close it out. I don't need to add any. If you want them to add photos of the mileage, they can, or they can add a different note as well. So then I can collapse that. So now pretend it's the end of the day and they want to know how many hours they spent on the trimmer. So I'm gonna say, well, I didn't spend none. I spent 10 hours on the trimmer. And then I used 5 gallons of gas. And then maybe I want to just let everybody know, sorry, I got a late start today. And then they can save it. And they can see that this is a checklist that they currently have in progress. You see that right at the bottom of that little line. And then they can complete it. And once it's complete, it gets a little blue box by it. And every single time they complete a checklist or they save a checklist, it's here. Okay, so now let's go ahead and I'm gonna refresh this page. And I'm gonna go and look under active checklists. And I'm gonna find the checklist that we just made, which is the daily log, DAIL. And I'm going to look under completed. So sorry, I have two sections here, saved and complete. Under complete, we see this one right here that is daily checklist. And I have a drop down arrow that I can see, and I can see everything that my crew logged that day. I can see the time that they started. Sorry, it's a little bit late tonight. And I can see the time that they ended the checklist as well. And if they completed jobs that day, all of those jobs will also populate here in this table. It will tell you what time they started, what time they ended, and how much money they made that day. And then you also just have general notes on how their day went. So what's really cool about this is you can see right here that it says, trimmer 10 hours and gas used 5 gallons. I can actually go back into my equipment and inventory tab and see that on that truck and on that piece of equipment, 10 hours has been logged. And that gas, the refill has now, I originally had 10, they used 5. So I now know that, hey, there is 5 gallons of gas that, there's only 5 gallons of gas left. So pretty cool little feature there to help the crews communicate with the internal staff. But guys, this is a new feature and we love your feedback on it. We know that it is a little bit complicated right now, and our goal, I think, over the next couple of months is to make it simpler, so you don't have to, listen to me ramble on and on for 15 minutes to figure out how to use it. We want you to just be able to open the app and figure it all out yourself. So over time, it will get better. Thank you guys so much for going through this with me tonight. I hope you all have a really good evening, and if you have any questions, let us know. Send me a message at hello@lambuddy.com. Thank you.